Saving money can quietly cost you months. And it's not because you're bad at business, but because you hired someone who can decorate the funnel, but that person cannot build the engine. If you've ever paid somebody to build your funnel and then you still feel like you're the one doing all the thinking, you're the one doing all the fixing, you're the one doing all the babysitting, you are going to feel seen today. Over the last week, I've spoken to three different leads, and those leads were in different industries, different offers, but they all had the same problem. What happened is that they hired a VA to build in GoHighLevel or FG funnels. But the VA they hired was supposed to set up a funnel. The pages, they looked really cute. But then when it's time to lunch, no tags were firing, no emails were sending, no confirmations, no bookings, no payments were processing. In fact, they were having payments glitch. And the other thing that one of the leads was experiencing, their leads were disappearing into thin air. Now, the lunch date that they had, it keeps moving and moving. And that's the part that people do not talk about because everybody calculates the VA's hourly rate, but almost nobody calculates the cost of all those delays. So today I'm breaking down what I'm seeing, what's actually going wrong, how to avoid it, and what to do if you are already in the mess. So one of the leads that I spoke with, we got on two separate 1 hour calls. Her situation sounded very simple at first because she told me that she hired help to build a full funnel for her. But what the VA that she hired, the virtual assistant that she actually hired, did was going into the platform, pick a template, customize the page, change the colors, and then swap out the text. That part is very easy to do. And that part is what people think that funnel building is. Then, when it was time to make the funnel work, automation, workflows, triggers, tags, pipeline, confirmation emails, reminders, follow up. What else? Basically, the logic behind her offer, that's where everything collapsed. So she told me that her and her VA, they'd been stuck for months, not days, months. And a lunch that she had her heart set on happening last month, actually, it got pushed. Then it got pushed again. Then it got pushed again. I looked at her offer. So it wasn't because her offer was bad. It wasn't because the audience wasn't ready, because her offer was already validated. She had sold it before. It was because the system that she had, it did not function. And here's the part that matters. The platform that she's using, in this case, FG Funnels, it has documentation. And the documentation is really step by step. And it even has video tutorials, clear documentation. But you know what? Her VA wasn't willing to troubleshoot, wasn't willing to read, wasn't willing to test, wasn't willing to sit down and take the time to watch the tutorial videos to learn how to get unstuck. The VA just wanted her to tell her exactly what to click, step by step, basically like a robot, which means that the owner, she still had to do the hardest part. And the hardest part was strategy, decisions, sequencing, priorities. The VA was hired to build the funnel, but the owner, she ended up acting like the project manager, the strategist, the quality assurance tester, the customer support rep. Guys, that is not support. That's a new full-time job on top of what this person was already doing as a coach. So, this is the core lesson that I want you to remember. A funnel is not a website, it's not just a sales page. A funnel is a system. And pages, they are only the front end. Automation is the engine. Strategy is the map. And if someone can only do pages, I'm sorry to break it to you, you did not hire a funnel builder. You hired a template editor. And that is not an insult. That is what I call role clarity. And the problem starts when somebody sells full funnel, but delivers basically pretty pages. Come on, let's talk about the cost that nobody puts in the spreadsheets. Number one, we have delay cost. If your offer, for instance, is priced at $1,500 to $2,500, one delayed month can easily mean that you're losing sales, you're losing momentum, you're losing trust, you're losing energy. And momentum is expensive to rebuild. So the second thing is opportunity cost, because every hour that you spend babysitting tech is an hour that you are not selling, you're not follow up with warm leads, you're not creating content, you're not delivering your work, and last thing, you're not really improving your offer because you are too busy in things that you hired someone to do. And I spoke about rebuild, and that's number three, rebuild cost. When you hire an expert after a messy build, the work that people usually come to me about is to finish it. We got stuck. Can you finish it? But let me tell you what the work actually is. The work is audit it, diagnose it, and undo what's broken so that you can rebuild everything clean. So it takes longer to untangle spaghetti than it takes to cook the meal right from the beginning. And the last one is the emotional cost. And this one is very sneaky because people start thinking, my offer must not be good. And that's why things are not selling. And maybe I am not meant for this, or maybe I'm not cut out for launching. No, none of that. Your system is what failed you. And here's the pattern that I keep seeing: people hire low cost help, $4 an hour, and well, I understand it's because they're trying to move fast, and I respect that. They're also trying to avoid overwhelm. I respect that. Then what happens is that the VA cannot execute the automation. And then the owner asks for help, right? And the VA would say, just tell me what to do. Here's what that translates into. When the VA tells you, just tell me what to do, they're basically saying, I'm here to click, and you still need to do the thinking. Now, the owner comes to an expert like me and usually asking for a quick call to get unstuck. Oh, let's just get on call and I'll tell you where I'm stuck. Here's what I need you to understand: diagnosis is work, scoping is work, building the roadmap is work. That clarity is the part that saves you weeks, even months. And that's one of the reasons I stopped doing free brain extraction calls, because what people call a quick question is often a full strategy session disguised wearing a trench coat. So let me make this clear. I am not against budget VAs. I am not against hiring someone in the Philippines or someone in Kenya or anywhere around the world based on your budget, because budget support can be absolutely amazing when the role matches the skill. So if you hire someone, for instance, for Canva graphics, for scheduling posts, someone for uploading videos or organizing files or formatting emails, basic page edits, that's great. But if you hire someone to build automation heavy funnels with logic, conditions, tagging, troubleshooting, you need proof of that skill, because that's not just drag and drop. That's system thinking. So if you're hiring for funnels in GoHighLevel or FG Funnels, I want you to use this vetting checklist. Number one, ask for proof on video, not a screenshot or funnel pages, because they can grab those anywhere. You need a screen recording of a workflow that they actually built. And you want to see the triggers, conditions, tags, wait steps, if then logics. What happens after someone opts in? If they can't show it to you, then they can't build it either. Step number two, you need to ask them to explain it to you in plain English. So, for instance, you can ask them, walk me through what happens after someone opts in. If they cannot explain it clearly, step by step, then they're just guessing. Step number three, give them a paid test task. Don't ask the person to do work for free, okay? And ask them to build just one workflow. That's it. And pay them between $50 to $100 for this one task. And here's an example of a simple task that you can ask them to build as a workflow. Say, build a registration workflow that tags the lead, sends confirmation, sends reminder, creates an opportunity, and notifies me. If they can do that clean, you're good to go. This person, hire them. But if they struggle, you just saved yourself 60 to 90 days of pain. All right, step number four, you have to require documentation literacy, because if you have a platform that have tutorial, that's great resource. So here's what you can ask them. What do you do when you don't know how something works inside this platform? If the answer is, oh, I asked the client, that's a red flag. Run like Forrest Gump. The answer should be, I check the documentations, I search support, I test, I troubleshoot. Step number five, confirm boundaries. This one matters a lot. And here's what you can ask the candidate that you're interviewing for this job. Do you need me to tell you exactly what to build? Or can you lead the build based on the goal? If you need a builder who leads, do not hire a clicker. It is as simple as that. Now, I know that you're probably watching this and thinking, Webley, I am already knee deep in the mess. I got you. Here's what you do next. Stop adding features. You don't need more features. No more new pages. No more new offers. No new one more thing. Stop. Because this is where you have to stop the bleeding and freeze every single build. You're not doing anything else. The second thing that you need to do is to identify what's really broken. Because most funnels, they break in one of these places. I guarantee you. They either break with lead captures, the form is not saving anything. People are putting in their information, nothing is saving. Or tagging. Tags are not being applied to your leads or to your clients. Or workflow trigger. The workflow never fires. or delivery. Emails are not sending. Your course login information is not sending. It can be also booking logic. Calendar is not linked and booking is not happening. Payment logic, checkout is not connected. Pipeline, meaning that no opportunity is being created. You don't know where they go. Follow up. So there is no nurture sequence. The third thing you need to do is to fix the engine before the paint. So if the automation doesn't work, the design is absolutely irrelevant at this point. Number four, you have to decide who owns the thinking, because this is actually the key decision, because either you own the strategy and hire execution, or you hire someone qualified to own both strategy and execution. That's it. So what doesn't actually work is when you're paying someone to build a funnel while you secretly do 90% of the thinking. And I mentioned it earlier, this is another full-time job. And that's exactly how people get stuck. You get stuck, and meanwhile, you think you have a good deal, you're paying someone $4 an hour. And this is also exactly why I created my audit and roadmap session, because I kept seeing smart business owners, they lose weeks, months to the exact same problem. They didn't need more opinions. They just needed clarity and priorities. So in the audit, this is what I do. I look under the hood of your account and I spot the top breakdowns that are holding your funnel hostage. And then I just give you a clean roadmap. You fix this first for quick wins. Layer this next for stability, or you build something else after that for scale. And you can implement it yourself, or you can hand it to your virtual assistant, or use it to hire the right person without you having to guess, or without you becoming the strategist, the logic thinker, or everything. So if you want the details for that audit plus roadmap, I will put that in the description for you. And then one more thing, because people get very weird about this topic. This has nothing to do about geography. This has nothing to do with, oh, don't hire someone in the Philippines, don't hire someone in Kenya, don't hire someone, anywhere else around the world. Because I've seen expensive hires that made a mess too. So price doesn't guarantee competence at all. Proof is what guarantees that. So here's my takeaway. You are not wrong for having a budget. You are wrong if you budget for the wrong role, because a delayed launch, it costs more than people actually want to admit. Your funnel, it doesn't need more duct tape. It needs an engine. And if you want me to audit yours, hey, the link is in the description. I'm going to wrap this up with this question for you. What broke first in your funnel? Was it registrations, emails, booking, payments, follow-up, tagging? Just drop it in the comments because I read them. And with that, my name is Webley. I am on this consistency journey to show up on YouTube for 100 days. And today is day 41. And if you are on this consistency journey with me, thank you. And if this is your first time watching me, remember to subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for day 42.